we just received a $19,000 Magic the Gathering card trade-in consignment deal over the weekend. We're just a small shop, GT Games, located in Ottawa, Canada, that buys and sells video games, trading cards, collectibles, and all sorts of stuff. I'm going to walk you through a quick little video here as to what a consignment deal is, what kind of cards we just got in this $19,000 deal and what that deal looked like, and how much profit our store is going to make. So stay tuned. Alright, so let's jump right into it. What is a consignment deal versus a trade-in at our small little store? So consignment deals are usually where customers come, they drop off their items, and we sell it on their behalf. We don't actually pay them out anything in advance. We pay the customer only once we've actually sold the items at a specific rate. The difference between a trade-in is pretty much the exact same concept, where customers come, bring their collections into our store, except we actually pay out the cash in advance to the customer. We then own the items and then resell them after. So they're a little bit different. So really the difference here is the timing of the cash to the original owner. Consignments, we pay out once we sell the item. Trade-ins, we pay out right in advance on the spot for the collections. There's really two main differences as to why you would do a consignment versus a trade-in. Our store ourselves, I can't really speak for everybody else, but for us, we offer a little bit more on the consignment because you're waiting to get paid. So we actually pay out the percentage a little bit higher. Versus the trade-in where we're a little bit more aggressive on the prices because we are offering you cash on the spot for your entire collection. So that's probably the main difference between the two and why you would choose one or the other. There's a couple of other reasons as to why us as a store want to choose one or the other as well. But you'll see we're going to walk into an example right here as to what happened with this $19,000 trade-in. It was actually a mixture between both consignment and a trade-in for cash in advance. Alright, so let's walk you through what happened here with customer Joe. Okay, let's call him Joe. He came in over the weekend with his massive retro Magic the Gathering collection. We had no idea what it was at first. He just came in, dropped it on the table. He was like, hey, I want to sell this stuff right over here. So here's the first part of the deal. These are all old school, revised, and unlimited double lands, okay? So like there's a scrub land, okay? These things are just insane. There's just 4 of them. Bunch of them lightly played, moderately played, across the board. You're talking between $300 and $800 per card on these things, okay? So boom, right off the bat, already off to a very, very strong start, okay? So these are all these double lands going all the way through. And then there's the one gem at the back here, part of the Power 9. We received a Mox Jet as well. Very, very nice condition. I would say it's probably moderately played, not heavily played, but moderately played. Just original, revised, really, really cool. So we're like, well, okay, we tally it up. This stuff is way too much. We can't afford to give you just this massive cash outlay for these really old, really rare cards. Who knows how long it's going to take us to sell these things. So we set up a really cool consignment deal. So this was the first batch. We put these things onto consignment. I'll tell you how much we did for that one in a second. The second batch of cards that he had was these guys. So I'm going to call these guys like the medium grade, okay? So there's 1 box, 2 box, 3, 4 boxes. So 4 boxes of these medium grade cards. Now, they're still all just as old as the first batch, but they are worth about ranging between $10 and $100 per card, okay? So you're seeing some other stuff here. You can definitely tell that he's played these things. They're all original cards from back in the day. Now, these ones are a little bit more affordable. These ones we actually ended up doing not on consignment, but we did these ones as a trade-in. So I actually paid for these cards in advance for cash, whereas these ones we set up onto a consignment deal with the Power 9. So here's the deal broken out into the 2 buckets. We had the consignment as well as the trade-in. As I said before, we do a little bit of a different payout between the two because there are advantages and disadvantages to the two. So for the consigned cards, we had about a 65% payout versus the trade-ins, we had about a 52% payout. It's not exact. It really depends on the card's value, and there's a whole algorithm that we have in the back that we go to determine the exact rate, but those are the rough payout percentages. The selling price of the consignment cards, so the Mox Jet and the other ones, these guys right here, $15,540 is what we came down to as a selling price for that whole combination of that little lot right there. That means we're going to have a payout of about $10,000. With market fees, about $1,500 and administration. So that's just anything tagged to listing the cards in the back end and getting stuff set up in the store. So there's the first piece. So there's the consignment deals, and then we had the trade-in cards, which is much smaller comparatively. It was about $3,600 in total selling price for the box 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Total payout on the spot cash was about $1,920, with market fees of $369 and administration fees of $40. So it's a little bit less on the administration fees between the two. because it is easier for us to process the smaller ones. So that kind of gives you the lay of the land as to how much this was. The total combination of this entire deal was over $19,000, and we're going to get into the juicy part. Total gross profit combined deal is $5,100. Okay, so what that means is the entire lot is going to sell over time for about $19,200. We've already paid out $1,920 cash on the spot for the smaller, higher volume cards, and then we're going to be paying out a total of $10,000 likely over the course of a year as these cards slowly sell one by one. Everything's going to sell and then eventually get paid out back over to Joe. Total store profit is $5,100 for the store. Total payout for Joe is about $12,000. So you can see the numbers there. We take care of the entire listing process. We put it on our website. We put it on all third-party seller markets, and we get the stuff taken care of. We take care of insurance. We do everything for you. $5,000 with this deal just walks into the door right there at GT Games. It was pretty awesome. So I hope that video was insightful. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments there. I can answer anything I've got related to the store, to consignment, to selling, buying and selling, whatever it is, just let me know. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.